Well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And so I wanted to show you guys, let's see if this is zoomed out. There we go. That I do have the Adaptec uh, 2940 syncing up, and this is a digital drive. And I was a bit rusty, but you can use the built in utility on the Adaptec drive to low level format this drive. For whatever reason, this other drive is getting stalled at the loon, so that was part of my issue. But once I got these jumpers set correctly on this one, let's see if I can highlight them. There you go. So it's these two jumpers right here. Man, someday I'll get better at this. And so that's for your termination to the power and the cable and the bus. And that should be the only jumpers I need on this one. So once it finishes formatting, I can show you guys, we'll take it over to the next, and I can show you how to do a build disk. But that's half the battle, and that's just using an old Dell box I had here, and the Seagate 4 gig drive. Oh, for anybody interested, I did go down. I got some cojones and stopped by and saw Debbie, dropped off my Valentine stuff, and so that was interesting. She had a 2 o'clock scheduled deal. They were already sitting in there, so in a perfect world, with time and everything else, if traffic wouldn't have been so bad, everything, man, I don't know, I'm not going to read too much into it, because I managed to destroy. I did give her a nice dragon egg and a baby dragon and a couple little trinkets and that chocolate bar from Dubai. Then I went and saw Mom for. I figured that's a good Valentine day early for Mom to see me. And so instead of it being a good experience, she immediately wanted to have me schedule this surgery again, and that turned into a cluster on the phone. So, in my describing it, I don't know, man. I thought that, I'd have, my heart was in it to, try and brighten two of these gals' days. It seems like, I don't know what, whatever I do didn't turn out that way, so go figure. I'm back to square one on a lot of things, but, I'm just not going to read anything too much into it. But, I am making progress. And at least now I have some answers on things, I guess. We'll see, Oh, well. At least I can still kind of repair computers. Occasionally they'll cooperate. I'm not sure why this one is. I mean, it's probably the only thing that seems to have gone right here for me today or yesterday or whatever it is. At any rate, I'm going to go to sleep because this takes a while. So I would just recommend letting it do its thing, this low-level format. I think it's ticking it off a few bits at a time. So by the time I wake up here today, I need to get a couple hours sleep. And I actually had to pull over yesterday on the drive back up. It took 2.5 hours to drive back up here. It used to take an hour. She didn't seem, excited to meet me. Well, she had more warning. I'd sent a bunch of messages. I think it was a Facebook Messenger pirate, because somehow they weren't being received, nor was the phone message. So there you have it. And I think it's the same one that I no longer have. Like I can no longer contact her on Facebook. I don't think that's because of me. I think it's because of whatever's going on. It's a volatile thing happening with her significant other, I believe. And I said, "We'll share the chocolate bar with the guy. Maybe it'll mellow him out." At any rate, yeah, we're both not looking too healthy compared to days old. I don't know if we'd be the solution for each other, but at least we'd be able to support our efforts. I'm under so much stress. She did comment that I was getting around better. And I was like, well, yeah, it's amazing what you can do when you have a fractured hip and a cane for over a year. You can, start to shuffle around pretty good. Oh, and then the elevator froze on the ride down to the lobby. And, man, some days I don't know what it is. I just think the universe just has it in for me. I swear to God, I try really hard. And I don't know. You got to hope for something coming back. I appreciate everybody's business and patience. And this is huge, okay? So I know I'm not crazy. This can be done. Now, if I could take this 68 pin, which is, a wide, faster drive, and put it in that cube over there, we'll be in business. It's been a while since I've done it, but I want to just compare the boot side by side and show you guys with one of the new RP2040 SCSI devices and just compare speed. And these are, I think they're new old stock drives because they've never been low-level formatted. They were kind of factory sealed. This one, the reason it may not be formatting is it's been sealed for, 30 years now? So it's kind of like Indiana Jones finding hard drives, but I have a box of them, so hopefully put them to use. As I say, I'm going to put this in Sean's Turbo Cube Dimension because it's going to be used in production. And I think this is a good, viable main drive. He'll have the option of the SCSI, RP2040 Pico or this one. And so there you have it. I need to go to bed before I collapse from exhaustion. And today is a great day. And there's plenty of fish in the sea, let me tell you. So, yeah, I'm not reading too much into it, as I say. I'll see what my other alternatives are, which should be fine. Yeah. When you find somebody that you really have a lot of commonalities with, it's a good thing. And I don't know what the heck, I've said, well, I just left it at that. Get a hold of me when there's less turbulence and you figure stuff out. I don't need to get in the middle of that stuff. So, been there, done that too many times. It's just not, not healthy. I don't know when this became like a hard drive, like Loveline, not advice, because they seem to maybe just don't follow any of the shit that I do. And you guys will be perfectly fine. Yeah, don't bring them like, your significant other, the best chocolate bar in the world and print up, some cool things. I thought, well, yeah. But I have a feeling that, of course, when that arrives on the home front, then whatever's going on there, my God, man. She just doesn't seem like, I could tell in like a minute something's really not right, you just kind of get that vibe. And it wasn't because of me. I asked, is this awkward? She's like, no, oh heavens, no. So she's just like, I wish I had more time to know that you were coming down. And I wanted to say, well, you didn't get the messages, but I didn't need to step into whatever's going on there. That's not my deal, If somebody is a Facebook Messenger pirate, which I suspect that's probably what happened, things got deleted, I don't know, man. As I say, I don't need to get in the middle of that. So, Happy Valentine's Day. This is kind of par for the course with a lot of people. You don't know what the hell's going on. And then my mom, the first thing she wants to do is like, have me schedule this surgery thing again. I was like, oh boy, here we go. And I swear to God, if I would have been sitting there, that automated phone, she was clearly giving my birthday a half a dozen times, and it was giving totally alternative birthday year and month, and somebody's programmed that in there, and that makes me pretty angry because all of a sudden when I called up, oh yeah, I got my birthday right away. So I'm wondering what's going on there, because she's 87 and does not need that kind of stress. And I guarantee I'd like to have somebody else out there call the Kaiser line if you have Kaiser Permanente insurance, okay, and give them your birthday, especially if you're a little bit elderly, and see if they're messing with you. If they are, we got issues with Kaiser, and I want to get to the bottom of it because that's not right, And the fact they wouldn't help my dad for 9 months. He passed their tests and everything else, and then he passes in August, basically emaciated because they're not giving him the help and the medical advice that he needs. We weren't asking for much. He would have turned 90 on April 21st, okay? And he passes August 5th. It wasn't right what was going on, And, you try and speak up, and now with me and my surgery, I got to vent this one more time. The reason I'm really bitching about it is I should be sitting in Sloan's Lake recovering from hip surgery that happened yesterday. But no, they've canceled and moved it's like moving the goalposts in a clown car is what I'm dealing with. Because now and I don't blame the surgeon, this Dr. Hug, that's his real name, has moved on. I don't blame him because this BS every single time, it has been the day of or the day before surgery that you're all of a sudden supposed to drop everything at the drop of a hat and be at a certain time and place. What is that? That is not normal. I don't know if that's a blanket policy across all insurance platforms. Okay? I doubt it. There's something fundamentally wrong with what is going on with Kaiser Permanente here in Colorado. And I don't like the fact that they parted ways with St. Joe's, because that's a really excellent hospital, and transitioned to the St. Anthony's and then didn't have a plan in place. So it's not just my surgery that got canceled. Dr. Hug, I waited 9 months to see that guy, okay? Can you imagine how many people now? That's probably why I couldn't leave a voice message until today, miraculously. Okay, all of a sudden, the voice message system opened up and I could leave a message. Imagine that. Every other time the voice box was full, So I'm waiting with bated breath for a lovely call tomorrow to tell me, because I'm back to square one with no surgeon, no location, right? And no time. And to find an orthopedic surgeon that specializes in MRSA, he was the 5th one. Okay? So it is a tremendous deal for me. Granted, he did try and pull something at the end, but, asking somebody to come in 36 hours before a surgery when you need 48 to be on fluids, you're supposed to be off meds for 2 weeks. I don't know what that was, right? And then forcing me to cancel the surgery that was yesterday. And I made a heroic effort to follow, made 3 appointments on the 27th. If I sound frazzled, I am, okay? This is not easy. Dealing with this pain day in, day out. It isn't. So, now I'm gathering that whoever I do find, we're talking another 6 months. So I'm trying to be proactive about it and see if I can heal it myself. I'm trying yoga, eating better, sure, exercise. But the thing cracks and pops. Some days it feels okay until it pops out of the socket. It's broken, fractured. It's not going to heal itself. Enough. Well, that's 15 minutes of that. So there you go. At least we know this thing's working because it hasn't given any error messages, right? So like me, I need low-level formatting. All right, have a good evening. What time is it? I mean, we're talking like 5 in the morning, okay? Going through drives, finding one. Yeah, exactly 5. So, whoopee-doo. Well, this year I hope to make it to 62, which is in a couple weeks. Stay tuned. More fun stuff to come from the black hole. I promise it'll get better. It will. Hey, this is working. That's a huge plus in my favor. Peace out. Bye.